Lucy is preparing a variety of traditional native dishes. When she and Anna were growing up, there was no electricity, no refrigeration, baking was unheard of. Everything they ate was either fresh, dried, or smoked. Today, we're eating something called stinkheads, boiled blackfish, seal soup, once again, a gutuk or Eskimo ice cream. But first up, the blackfish, topped off with seal oil. Sounds tame enough.
Here I am, you.
All right, so what do?
You take the head.
You eat the head, push it against the roof of your mouth and your teeth, and just kind of get all the goodness out. Oh.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Suck all the goodies out of it.
Oh, all that brain and head fat's pretty darn tasty. But the meat that's on these little bones is incredible.
Now, seal oil is not readily available at your local store, so Lucy got hers and the seal for the soup from her sister who lives in a remote coastal village to the north.
All right. Seal soup, here goes nothing.
Isn't that good?
Wow. Yeah, it's much fishier than I thought it would be. But the meat itself
Tender, huh?
is really tender and kind of beefy. Look at you just tear into the stinky stuff.
That unrecognizable stinky stuff can be summed up in one word: stinkheads. These are actually fish heads that have been buried and left to rot, then dug up and eaten weeks later.
And this is safe to eat, right? All right. Oh. Those smell ripe. Are you into these also?
It's just like eating aged cheese.
That is very true.
You don't like it?
You've got to get past that taste on the back of the mouth and just. There's nothing wrong with the flavor of those or the texture. It's just that where I come from, in the lower 48, we're taught that fish that's gone bad, you shouldn't eat it.
All over the Caribbean, one of the most treasured treats that comes out of these waters is conch, a giant snail-like creature. Tourists love the lobster, but locals love the conch. The conch is a large pink-lipped mollusk native to the warm waters of the Caribbean. Its familiar shell has been marketed to tourists for decades, but eating them is not as popular outside of this region. Their scarcity makes harvesting conch a dangerous trade. Conch can be cooked in a variety of ways, but it can also be eaten raw. Almost every part of the conch is edible, except for the intestines. And I do mean every part. So this is the penis?
That is the penis.
Yeah.
Right? In the mating season.
Yeah.
Many times while diving, this thing will stretch about like this length.
Get out
Go
of town.
into the mother,
Yeah.
the female.
The lady
shell.
conch, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know how they get it to stretch that long, but
Well, really,
I don't know how.
really,
Yeah.
Tobago, everyone knows.
You know.
A little hard.
Yeah. Conch is a muscle. Yeah.
But on the whole, not bad. Wow, look at that. This tastes exactly like a cooked scallop does. Super, super sweet, not salty at all. And I'll tell you, the other part of the muscle down here needs a lot of cooking for it to be tender, but this is extremely, extremely soft. Wow. I don't know why they're bothered to clean these. You just eat around the bad stuff.
This is it. Seya.
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 What is seya?
Sea slug. The inside of one slug. The seya slug.
Oh my gosh. Yes, the gutted insides from the sea slugs are bottled in salt water. Nisa says the color and clarity of the seawater means these sea slugs' guts were bottled fresh this morning. Now, I'm a texture kind of guy, so this slimy concoction is putting me off a little bit.
It smells like seafood.
The smell is one thing, but it looks, well, it looks a lot like snot. Oh.
Yeah, I think you have enough there.
Well, what
Yeah.
happens if I really like it?
Oh, you still have the whole bottle.
That's a very good point. The sea slug used to make seya is also known as a sea cucumber, which is one ugly, slimy critter. Why are you laughing at me? See, this is always the tough part.
She hasn't seen an American eating seya.
All right, here's the problem. First, there's the texture, because those guts in there it's very difficult. Secondly, these little white bits
Yeah.
that are in
They're
here,
hard.
they're like rocks. The saltiness I can handle. The spoiled flavor I can handle. But there's an iodine bile bitterness to one of those pieces in there that is, I mean, that is ferocious. Seya is one of those foods you had to grow up eating to appreciate.
Right.
And now, something I've never tasted before. The latume.
Spermatic inside in a tuna.
Yeah, it's the sperm sac. This is one of the world's most unusual foods, and Sicily is the only place I know of where they eat this part of the fish. After it's been boiled in salt and water, Paolo serves it with olive oil and capers. Oil. Nothing like a little preserved tuna sperm to kind of cap off a good meal.
Per la prima volta questa. Sweet.
Yeah, it tastes very much like fish liver. Tastes. Not spongy, but very creamy consistency. It's like liver.
Yeah.
If you blindfolded someone and said, what is that, they would probably tell
would
you
say.
it was a poultry liver. Not quite as minerally as a cow or veal liver. That's very good, though, and nice with the olive oil and capers, a little salt. That's fantastic. And I'll tell you something, it's so hard to find some good tuna sperm these days. The salted funa goes into huge wooden barrels, the same ones used for hundreds of years. Along with the fish go layer after layer of rice mixed with vinegar. Once the fish and the rice go into a barrel, they stay there for any place from 1 to 4 years. So when that lid finally comes off, well, you can imagine the smell. Ooh. Then again, maybe you can't imagine it. Come on, sometimes food is so weird you just gotta laugh. Yeah, I mean, that has got some stink going. Whew. Smell that. It smells rotten, but the stink is really created by microbes in that fermented rice that prevent the fish from spoiling. 99% of that smell is not dried salted fish. It's fermented rice. It's the vegetable matter that's decomposing around that fish. And after as much as 4 years in a barrel, this Funazushi's still not done. How long is it dry in the sun on the clothesline?
この取り出したものはどのくらいですか？大体3時間ぐらい。It's about 3 hours.
3 hours drying in the hot sun, then back into the barrel with more rice for at least another year. And then it's ready to be eaten?
Yes, it's ready to eat.
Wow. Wow. That, my friend, is slow food. All that time and labor make this a rare dish. The Japanese emperor came and bought Funazushi from this family last year. Today, a single prepared fish costs 5,000 yen, about $50 US. That's one reason fewer Japanese are eating it, as well as a stink that could peel paint off the walls. Well, you ready?
Yeah, okay.
You sure about this?
Okay.
Turns out, Toshio, like most younger Japanese, has never even tried Funazushi. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking me here.
No problem. Let's see.
5-year-old fish.
do you think?
That's pretty nasty. Do you like it?
It's not so bad. It's better than I thought.
You're being nice.
It's better than I thought. Yeah. I thought
It's very harsh.
it is.
That's very
actually.
hard. I mean, you're miserable right now. You can see it on your face.
I'll have this
no.
sushi.
That's all right.
No.
I understand. This is probably one of the foulest tasting things I've ever eaten, and I've eaten some really foul tasting stuff. That doesn't mean it's not highly refined or specialized, or that their art form or their tradition is any less important. I mean, this is 5-year-old fish that's never seen a refrigerator. I've never tasted anything like this before. Even though the taste is tough to like, I love connecting with a food tradition handed down for so many hundreds of years. So I hope the Kitamura family tradition continues for another 18 generations.